Now Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And an alley to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
But one thing that's confirmed is that Russell Wilson knows how to elude pressure. And he finds openings to throw the ball, and he does the same thing in running it. He lost about 300 yards from last season in his rushing total, but I think that's a good thing. People respect his running ability so much, it's opening up pass lanes for his team.
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And will they call it a touchback? No, it's out at the 1-yard line. They were inches there from blowing a golden scoring opportunity.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with 1st and goal.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves.
And he can't get away from the pressure. Palmer sacked. Cliff Averill in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And quickly, they get to the line.
Get ready.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Now Palmer. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And who else to make the big play to seal this victory but Richard Sherman?
He does have an exquisite sense of timing, doesn't he? He loves the spotlight, loves the big stage, really feels no pressure when there's a big play that needs to happen, and he just did another one right there. Remember when he knocked one away to seal an NFC Championship game against San Francisco? Yeah. And that was really kind of the big arrival on stage for the rest of the world was that play in that game for Richard Sherman.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because
you have a big decision to make about one of your players. Players have contracts that are about to expire. Resign them so you don't lose them to free agency.
Hard to admit that I used to draw.
You have a player that is all healed up from injury and available to play.
Move in his arm and a fusion of man-made tools and a muse from beyond, even if it went beautifully wrong. It was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance, who's in a bedroom, who's in a brand new cuneiform. Barely commune with the horde, got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone amp to the yap of the magpie. Unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight. Black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush that ensue when you get three dimensions stuffed in a two. Then it's off to a school where it's all you get to. Being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a two-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clock. Distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light. I left some will to spirit away. I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. Haunted by the thought of what I should have been.
I'm Larry Ridley, and
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. This is taking you to 13.
Holding. Receiving team.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Breeze now to throw. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And there's a nice completion to Kobe Fleener, and no one can be happier than Drew Brees.
Yeah, he had Jimmy Graham for all those years, Ben Watson last year, and now coming south from Indianapolis, Fleener. Breeze now on first down. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Caught right side at Snead. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The two-time Pro Bowler, Bobby Wagner. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Shift together here from the D-line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So just with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Offside. Defense.
They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Shotgun now for Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Cliff Averill in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught. It's the tight end Fleener for the Saints touchdown. Kobe Fleener with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Hey, look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league, but he's solid.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now, because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers. But those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come out in the pistol. They go back to the air here after the INT. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarris Bird. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he will find his man on the outside. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's complete to Flater. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
Well, they were in the red zone, and they needed a 1st down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it. 1st and goal here from the 2. They'll look to run with Ingram. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Ingram. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the 2nd quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole 2nd half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. So that is 3 interceptions now in this 1st half. And you hate to ask the question, but here, let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year? Now, hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. From the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar. Well, that came a little abruptly here.